Today's memorial is a very difficult one to share, as it's the second passing of one of our frontline heroes from MedCenter Health in Bowling Green. After losing Rebecca Shadowin in September to COVID-19, the hospital reported the loss of Dr. Don Miller on Monday, December 21st. Dr. Miller had been an ER doctor at the MedCenter for 17 years. In early December, he tested positive for the virus, passing weeks later after a hard-fought battle. Connie Smith, MedCenter Health's president and CEO, said Dr. Miller worked faithfully alongside his emergency department friends and colleagues on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic since the first MedCenter Health patient tested positive in March this year. He provided outstanding emergency care for our patients both before and during the pandemic, and will forever be remembered as a true healthcare hero. Other colleagues like Seth Wilson stated that Dr. Miller's methodical approach to emergency medicine will forever leave a lasting footprint on the entire medical community. But more than anything, Dr. Miller was a good man. His friend and coworker Jackie Evans said that Dr. Miller was compassionate and had a wicked dry sense of humor, a great work ethic, and only wanted the best for his patients and his coworkers. If a coworker was ill, Dr. Miller would be the one to check on them and their family to make sure they were okay. It is hard to describe the impact that Dr. Miller had on those around him. His good friend and colleague, Dr. William Moss, the medical director of emergency services, shared a few words on who Dr. Miller was via a video we're going to share with you now.
Dr. Miller was a friend of mine, and I will always remember him as a very kind, compassionate man who was very slow and deliberate about his care for his patients, and he would always make sure that the patients were cared for first and in the right way. His training in Baltimore and at University of Louisville under Hiram Polk in surgery made him a great, skillful physician, and be really, really missed. Don was an older gentleman as myself, and he could have easily have retired or shied away from patients, but Don did have some health problems, and he knew the risk, and despite that, he continued to take care of patients with COVID, and he was a true hero in the fact that he wouldn't shy away. There have been many providers and physicians who just refuse to see patients sometimes about this situation, but nonetheless, Don just plowed through and saw patients and took care of them. The most admirable thing I can tell you about Dr. Miller is that he loved his family. He loved his wife and his 11 kids. He lived out in an area in middle of Kentucky near Bernheim Forest, and he just cherished his time with his family, and he took care of them, and some of his last conversations with me were making sure that they were taken care of and there was no burden on him. So we're going to miss Don. He was an amazing person. He was a great friend, and if he were here today, I think he would still tell everybody to do as much as they could to help prevent the spread of this, so others won't have to deal with the burden that he and his family are dealing with right now. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Moss. And today our prayers are with Dr. Miller's wife, Teresa, and their 11 children, as well as the entire team at MedCenter Health. Dr. Miller paid the ultimate sacrifice for caring for other people, and he's always going to be remembered as a hero. Let's remember that it's our actions, the actions of the community, that can better protect Dr. Miller's colleagues, and I know it's what he would ask of each and every one of us. To Teresa, to his 11 children, thank you for your father and his time on earth with all of us. Thank you for his sacrifice. Because of that sacrifice, others are around today, and other families aren't going through what you all are going through. In his honor, we will wear our masks. In his honor, we have a wreath on the front of this Capitol that lights up green every night. Tonight, it's going to light up green for him and the others that we have lost today. Folks, please remember that those on our front lines are paying this price. Let's do everything we can to protect them.